All right. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to do something really cool. We're going to become sentence architects. Yeah, you heard me. We'll be looking at the amazing building blocks of our language. It's time to crack the code of clauses.
Okay, let's just jump right in. Have a look at your screen. We've got two groups of words here. On one side, above the big bungalows, and on the other, when the teacher came in. Now, both of these can be parts of a sentence, right? But one is a phrase, and the other one is a clause. Any guesses what the big difference is? It's just one simple thing.
And here it is. The secret is the subject-verb team. It's that simple. A clause is special because it has its own subject and its own verb working together. Think of them like a little dream team. A phrase? Well, it just doesn't have that team. And that's exactly why a clause can feel like its own mini-sentence.
So, what's the big deal about these building blocks? Well, clauses are pretty much the most important things you can use for making strong, really interesting sentences. Simple as that.
So, let's break it down. A clause always has its own subject and verb. You can think of it like this. Every clause has a doer, that's our subject, and an action, that's the verb. It's like a complete little idea, a mini sentence that you can plug into a bigger one.
All right, now that we know what a clause is, let's meet the two main characters in this story. I like to call them the boss and the helper. One's in charge, and the other, well, helps out.
First up, the main clause. This is our boss clause. It's the big cheese, totally strong and independent. It has a subject, it has a verb, and it makes complete sense all on its own. It doesn't need any help to be a full sentence. It could just stand there by itself and be perfectly fine. Look at this. Sheena was singing. See? It's a complete thought. You know who's doing something? That's our subject, Sheena. And you know what she's doing. The action was singing. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? That, my friends, is a main or a boss clause. And then we have the subordinate clause, or as we're calling it, the helper clause. Now this one also has a subject and a verb, but here's the catch. It just can't stand on its own as a full sentence. It's designed to add extra, interesting details to our boss clause. Check this out. He says that he is ill. Now focus on that second part, that he is ill. It has a subject, he, and a verb, is. But if I just walked up to you and said that he is ill, you'd be waiting for the rest, right? It feels incomplete. It needs that main clause, he says, to make any sense. See? It's a helper. Now, these fantastic helper clauses aren't just one-trick ponies. Oh no, they have three main jobs they can do in a sentence. Let's see what they are. Okay, first helper on the scene, the noun clause. I call this one the what helper. And its job is exactly what it sounds like. It acts just like a noun. So, get this. This whole chunk of words, this clause, can be the main subject of a sentence. Or it can be the object, the thing receiving the action. Basically, it can do anything a normal, single-word noun can do. And the easiest way to find it? It usually answers the question, what?
Okay, this is a brilliant example. The news that she had topped the list proved to be true. So, let's ask our question. What news proved to be true? The answer isn't just one word. It's that whole chunk, that she had topped the list. See how that entire clause is acting as one single noun? Super clever. Moving on to our next helper. This is the adjective clause, or as I like to call it, the which one helper. Its only job is to describe a noun or pronoun. That's it.
So this helper clause is all about adding more detail. It points to a person, place, or thing that's already in the sentence and tells you more about it. It basically answers the question, which one? Or, what kind of thing are we talking about here?
Ah, a classic line. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. So let's ask our question. Which head lies uneasy? Not just any head, the head that wears a crown. That entire clause is describing the noun head. It's working just like a big, fancy adjective. And for our final helper, give it up for the adverb clause. This one is the how, when, where, why helper. And, you guessed it, it acts just like an adverb, telling us more about the action.
Yeah, this clause is the king of details. It modifies verbs, adjectives, all sorts of things. It's the one that answers all those important questions. How did it happen? When did it happen? Where? Or maybe even why? It gives all that juicy context to the action.
Here we go. Strike the iron when it is hot. So, let's ask, when should you strike the iron? The answer is right there in that helper clause, when it is hot. It's telling us when to do the action. A perfect job for an adverb clause.
All right, you've been doing awesome. You've met the boss and the 3 helpers. I think it's time to see if you can become a true clause master. Let's put your new skills to the test. What do you say? Okay, here's our practice sentence. If I make a promise, I keep it. So where's the helper clause in there? Look for that little group of words with its own subject and verb, but it just feels a bit incomplete on its own. Which part is it?
And there it is. If I make a promise. That's our helper clause. And because it tells us the condition under which I keep it, it's an adverb clause. If you got that, fantastic work.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What's your takeaway from all this? Remember these 4 simple things. 1. A clause has that all-important subject plus verb team. 2. The main clause is the boss. It can be its own sentence. 3. A subordinate clause is a helper that just adds detail. And 4, our 3 helpers are the noun, adjective, and adverb clauses. Getting this down really is a superpower for your reading and writing. So now you know the secret. You have the building blocks. I want you to think about this. What amazing sentences are you going to build next? Every book you read, every story you write, it's all made from these exact same parts. So go for it. Go be a sentence architect.